What if I told you that some of the most advertised SUVs rolling into showrooms right now are complete disasters waiting to drain your bank account? What if the SUVs that will actually serve you well for years aren't the ones dominating primetime commercials? And what if I told you that making the wrong choice today could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in repairs, depreciation, and frustration over the next 5 years? The SUV market in 2025 and 2026 is more crowded and confusing than ever. Manufacturers are pumping out models faster than buyers can research them, and not all SUVs are created equal. Some are engineering marvels that will run forever, while others are ticking time bombs of expensive problems. Today, we're cutting through the marketing hype to bring you the unfiltered truth. We're starting with the 3 SUVs you should absolutely avoid, no matter how attractive the deal looks. Then we'll count down the 4 SUVs that actually deserve your money, the ones that combine reliability, value, and real-world practicality. And before we dive in, I've tagged some top-notch useful products in this video that every SUV owner needs, so make sure to check them out in the description below. Let's get into it. The 3 worst SUVs. 3. Volkswagen Atlas. Let's start with one that looks great on paper but becomes a headache in real life. The Volkswagen Atlas is VW's 3-row family SUV, and it represents everything frustrating about modern Volkswagen products. This is a vehicle that prioritizes size and features over reliability and quality, and buyers are paying the price. The Atlas is genuinely spacious with 3 rows that can actually fit adults and a cargo area that swallows family gear with ease. The interior looks modern with a digital cockpit and large touchscreen, but that's where the positives end. The build quality is disappointing for a vehicle that can easily cost $45,000 or more. Interior materials feel cheap with hard plastics dominating the cabin. Switches and buttons feel flimsy, and owners report rattles and squeaks developing within the first year. The powertrain is the Atlas's biggest weakness. The base turbocharged 4-cylinder makes just 235 horsepower, which is inadequate for a vehicle weighing over 4,000 pounds. The engine feels perpetually strained, especially with a full load of passengers. The optional V6 is better, but comes with its own reliability concerns and poor fuel economy. The 8-speed automatic transmission has a reputation for jerky shifts and premature failures, with some owners reporting transmission issues before 50,000 miles. Volkswagen's reliability track record is concerning, and the Atlas follows that pattern. Owners report electrical problems, infotainment system glitches, and mechanical issues at rates far higher than competitors. The climate control system fails regularly. The power liftgate stops working. Dashboard warning lights illuminate for mysterious reasons that dealers struggle to diagnose. These aren't isolated incidents, they're common complaints across owner forums. The real killer is depreciation. The Atlas loses value faster than most competitors because buyers know about VW's reliability issues. A 3-year-old Atlas can lose 50% or more of its original value, which is brutal when combined with potential repair costs. German engineering sounds premium until you're paying German labor rates at the dealership for frequent repairs. The Atlas exists to give VW a presence in the 3-row segment, but buyers would be far better served by Japanese or even American alternatives that cost less to own long-term. 2. Jeep Compass. The Jeep Compass is proof that slapping a Jeep badge on something doesn't automatically make it capable or desirable. This compact SUV tries to trade on the Jeep name and off-road heritage, but what you actually get is one of the most disappointing vehicles in its segment. The Compass combines poor reliability, underwhelming performance, cheap materials, and questionable build quality into a package that somehow still commands a premium price. Let's talk about that powertrain because it's truly awful. The base 2.0-liter 4-cylinder makes just 158 horsepower, which is pathetic for a modern SUV. The engine feels underpowered in every situation, from highway merging to climbing hills. The CVT transmission, which Jeep insists on using despite widespread problems across their lineup, is jerky, noisy, and prone to premature failure. Owners report CVT replacements needed before 70,000 miles, and Jeep has faced multiple lawsuits over transmission issues. The interior is where the Compass really shows its budget roots. The materials are hard, cheap plastics throughout. The seats lack support and use thin cushioning that becomes uncomfortable on drives longer than an hour. The infotainment system is laggy with a resistive touchscreen that feels a decade old. Everything about the cabin screams cost-cutting, which is insulting when the Compass can cost $35,000 or more when optioned. The reliability is abysmal. The Compass consistently ranks near the bottom of reliability surveys, with owners reporting electrical problems, engine issues, transmission failures, and mysterious rattles. The four-wheel drive system, which should be a Jeep strength, has a reputation for failures that leave vehicles stranded. Dashboard warning lights illuminate constantly, and dealers often can't figure out what's actually wrong. The off-road capability that Jeep markets so heavily is largely non-existent in the Compass. Yes, it has a Trailhawk trim with some off-road features, but the execution is poor. The ground clearance is mediocre, the approach and departure angles are weak, and the system feels half-hearted compared to true off-road capable vehicles. You're paying for the Jeep image without getting genuine Jeep capability. The depreciation is terrible because buyers recognize the Compass for what it is, a cheaply built vehicle trading on brand recognition. Resale values crater faster than most competitors, and the used market is flooded with Compass models that owners couldn't wait to get rid of. Between poor reliability, bad resale value, and mediocre everything, the Compass is a vehicle to avoid unless you enjoy frequent dealership visits. 1. Mitsubishi Outlander. And here we arrive at the worst SUV you could buy in 2025 and 2026. The Mitsubishi Outlander is a vehicle that exists almost by accident, a remnant from a manufacturer that's barely relevant in the American market anymore. This three-row SUV is cheap, and you absolutely get what you pay for, which is a vehicle that feels outdated, cheaply built, and unsatisfying in every measurable way. The Outlander's biggest selling point is its price. You can get a three-row SUV starting in the high 20s, which sounds attractive until you spend 5 minutes inside one. The interior is a time capsule of bad design and worse materials. The plastics are hard and scratchy, the seats are flat and unsupportive. The design looks like it was created 15 years ago because much of it was. The infotainment system is slow and frustrating, with graphics that look primitive compared to any competitor. The powertrain is barely adequate. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder makes 181 horsepower, which is insufficient for a vehicle trying to haul 7 passengers and cargo. The CVT transmission is noisy, inefficient, and feels perpetually confused about which ratio to use. Acceleration is painfully slow, and highway passing requires planning and prayer. The available plug-in hybrid model sounds good in theory, but adds complexity and cost without significantly improving the driving experience. The driving dynamics are terrible. The steering is vague with no feedback whatsoever. The suspension is soft and wallowy, making the Outlander feel unstable in corners and unsettled over bumps. The brakes feel mushy and require excessive pedal travel. Everything about driving the Outlander feels cheap and unrefined, like a vehicle from a decade ago that somehow got left behind and forgotten. The third row is a joke. It's so cramped and uncomfortable that even children complain. The access is awkward, the space is minimal, and the seating position is knees to chest terrible. Cargo space with the third row up is virtually non-existent. This is a three-row SUV in name only. Realistically, it's a cramped 5-seater with emergency seating that you'll never want to use. Mitsubishi's dealer network is sparse, which creates problems when you need service or warranty work. Finding a nearby dealer can be challenging, and many Mitsubishi dealerships feel like afterthoughts compared to mainstream brands. Parts availability can be an issue, and resale values are among the worst in the industry because nobody wants a used Mitsubishi. The Outlander exists to offer a cheap three-row option to buyers who don't know better. But that initial savings evaporates immediately in lower resale value, higher ownership costs, and the frustration of driving a vehicle that feels inferior to everything else on the road. For just a few $1,000s more, you can buy a Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Mazda CX-50 that's dramatically better in every single way. The Outlander is a false economy that will cost you more in the long run through depreciation, dissatisfaction, and the nagging feeling that you made a terrible mistake. The 4 best SUVs. 4. Mazda CX-50. Let's transition from disappointing to delightful with an SUV that proves you don't need a famous badge to build something genuinely good. The Mazda CX-50 is a compact SUV that delivers premium quality, engaging driving dynamics, and proven reliability at a price that undercuts luxury brands while exceeding mainstream expectations. The CX-50 looks distinctive with Mazda's elegant design language that manages to be both sporty and sophisticated. This isn't a bland blob designed by committee. It's a vehicle with character and visual appeal. The interior quality is remarkable for the price point, with soft-touch materials, genuine stitching details, and a design that feels upscale and modern. Mazda proves that you don't need luxury pricing to deliver premium materials. The powertrain options are both excellent. The naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder makes 100. The turbocharged version bumps output to 256 horsepower and delivers genuinely quick acceleration. Both engines are mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission that's smooth, responsive, and refreshingly not a CVT. These are proven powertrains that prioritize refinement and longevity over headline numbers. What really sets the CX-50 apart is how it drives. The steering has actual feedback and weight. The chassis feels balanced and controlled. The suspension manages to be comfortable without being soft or disconnected. This is an SUV that's genuinely enjoyable to drive, not just acceptable. Mazda remembers that cars should be engaging, and the CX-50 delivers that engagement in a practical package. The all-wheel drive system is mechanical and predictive, always ready to send power where needed. The infotainment system is intuitive with physical controls for key functions, which is refreshing in an era of touchscreen overload. The cargo space is practical, the rear seat is comfortable, and the overall package makes sense for real life. The value proposition is excellent. The CX-50 starts in the upper 20s and tops out in the upper 30s, even fully loaded. You're getting near luxury quality, engaging dynamics, and Mazda's strong reliability reputation for thousands less than competitors. The CX-50 represents smart buying, choosing substance over badge prestige, and getting a vehicle you'll actually enjoy owning. 3. Honda CR-V. Here's the practical choice that's dominated its segment for good reason. The Honda CR-V is the best-selling compact SUV in America because it simply works. This isn't the most exciting vehicle, and it's not trying to be. What it's trying to be is the most reliable, practical, well-thought-out compact SUV you can buy, and it succeeds brilliantly. The latest CR-V generation has grown in size and refinement while maintaining Honda's reputation for quality and reliability. The styling is clean and modern without being polarizing. The interior is spacious and thoughtfully designed with excellent visibility, comfortable seats, and intuitive controls. The materials aren't luxury grade, but they're durable and well assembled. This is a cabin designed to withstand years of family use without showing excessive wear. The powertrain is Honda engineering at its best. The turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder makes 190 horsepower and provides adequate performance with good fuel economy. The CVT transmission is one of the good ones, smooth and reliable, unlike the problematic units from Nissan or Jeep. The driving experience is competent and comfortable. The CR-V handles predictably, rides smoothly, and feels well sorted in all conditions. The all-wheel drive system works seamlessly to provide traction when needed. The visibility is excellent from all angles, making parking and maneuvering easy. This is a vehicle that's pleasant to drive every single day without drama or frustration. What makes the CR-V a best buy is the total package. Reliability is virtually guaranteed based on Honda's track record. Resale values are strong because buyers trust the Honda name. Maintenance costs are reasonable. Parts are available everywhere. The CR-V will serve faithfully for 200,000 miles or more with nothing but routine service. This is smart transportation that won't let you down. 2. Toyota RAV4. The Toyota RAV4 is America's best-selling vehicle for a simple reason. It's the most well-rounded, reliable, practical SUV you can buy at any price. This is Toyota at their best, building a vehicle that excels at everything that actually matters for real-world ownership. The RAV4 offers incredible variety to suit different needs. The base model with front-wheel drive starts in the mid-20s and delivers solid value. The all-wheel drive models add capability without excessive cost. The RAV4 Hybrid delivers exceptional fuel economy, around 40 miles per gallon combined, without sacrificing space or capability. The RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid offers electric-only driving and impressive performance with 302 horsepower. And the TRD off-road trim provides genuine trail capability for adventure seekers. The base powertrain is Toyota's proven 2.5-liter four-cylinder, making 203 horsepower. It's not exciting, but it's smooth, reliable, and adequately powerful for daily driving. The 8-speed automatic transmission is well-tuned and responsive. The hybrid uses Toyota's legendary system that's been proven over millions of miles without significant issues. This is mature, bulletproof technology. The interior has improved dramatically in recent generations. The current RAV4 feels modern and well-built with quality materials, comfortable seats, and logical layouts. The infotainment system has caught up with competitors, offering responsive touchscreens and wireless connectivity. The cargo area is spacious and practical with a low-load floor. The cabin is quiet with good insulation from road noise. What makes the RAV4 the second-best SUV you can buy is simple. It does everything well without significant weaknesses. It's affordable to buy and cheap to own. It's reliable for the long term. It's practical for daily life. It's efficient with fuel. It's safe for families, and it holds value exceptionally well. The RAV4 is the obvious choice for most people most of the time, which is exactly why it's the best-selling vehicle in America. 1. Mazda CX-90, and here we arrive at the best SUV you can buy in 2025 and 2026, and it's a vehicle that redefines what a three-row family SUV can be. The Mazda CX-90 is Mazda's flagship SUV, and it represents the perfect balance of luxury, performance, practicality, and value. This is what happens when a manufacturer focuses on building the best vehicle possible rather than just checking boxes. The CX-90 looks absolutely stunning with elegant proportions and sophisticated design details that rival established luxury brands. From every angle, this SUV communicates premium intent without being ostentatious or trying too hard. The front grille is large but integrated beautifully into the overall design. The body lines are clean and purposeful, creating an athletic stance that suggests capability without aggression. This is a design that will age gracefully rather than looking dated in 5 years, which is exactly what you want when making a long-term vehicle investment. Step inside and the CX-90 immediately justifies its position as Mazda's flagship. The interior is genuinely impressive with premium materials throughout, including real wood trim that's actually wood, not plastic, pretending to be wood. The genuine leather feels supple and substantial, not the thin, plasticky leather substitutes found in many competitors. Soft-touch surfaces cover every touchpoint, from the dashboard to the door panels to the center console. The build quality is exceptional with precise panel fits, solid construction, and attention to detail that feels expensive. This is a cabin that competes directly with vehicles costing $20,000 more, and in many ways it exceeds them. The powertrain options showcase Mazda's commitment to doing things properly. The turbocharged inline-six with mild hybrid assistance makes 280 horsepower and delivers smooth, refined power with surprising efficiency. This isn't a brute force engine, it's a sophisticated power plant that feels powerful when you need it and refined when you don't. The torque delivery is linear and predictable, making the CX-90 feel effortless in acceleration. The plug-in hybrid version combines a 4-cylinder engine with electric motors for 323 horsepower and impressive performance that embarrasses many sportier vehicles. Unlike problematic plug-in systems from other manufacturers that feel compromised and buggy, Mazda's approach is conservative and well-engineered. Both powertrains use an 8-speed automatic transmission that shifts smoothly and intelligently, always seeming to be in the right gear at the right time. The driving dynamics are what truly separate the CX-90 from every other three-row SUV on the market. Most vehicles in this segment feel like minivans in disguise, with numb steering, soft suspensions, and driving dynamics that prioritize comfort over everything else. The CX-90 handles like a vehicle that Mazda engineers actually wanted to drive themselves. The steering has real weight and feedback, communicating what the front wheels are doing rather than just pointing the vehicle. The chassis is balanced and controlled with minimal body roll in corners and a planted, confident feel at highway speeds. The suspension manages the remarkable trick of being comfortable on rough roads while remaining flat and controlled during spirited driving. This is an SUV you might actually enjoy driving rather than just tolerating as a necessity of family life. The practicality is where the CX-90 proves it's not just about driving enjoyment. The third row is genuinely usable for adults on short trips and perfectly comfortable for children on longer journeys, which is surprisingly rare in this segment. Many three-row SUVs have third rows that are essentially emergency seating, suitable only for people you don't particularly like. The CX-90's third row has decent legroom, adequate headroom, and seats that are actually contoured for human anatomy. The cargo area is practical and well-designed with a low-load floor that makes loading heavy items easier and enough space for family gear even with all seats in use. What makes the CX-90 the best SUV you can buy is how it delivers everything without major compromises. You get near-luxury quality for mainstream pricing. You get engaging driving dynamics in a practical three-row package. You get proven reliability predictions from a brand that's been quietly building some of the most bulletproof vehicles for decades. You get all of this for $50,000 to $60,000, which is thousands less than luxury competitors, and provides dramatically more refinement than mainstream three-row SUVs. The CX-90 represents the future of smart SUV buying, not the cheapest option, not the most luxurious option, but the best overall package for buyers who value quality, refinement, and driving enjoyment. 3 SUVs to avoid and 4 that actually deserve your hard-earned money. The worst models, the Volkswagen Atlas, Jeep Compass, and especially the Mitsubishi Outlander, prove that low prices and big promises don't equal good vehicles. These are SUVs that will cost you dearly in repairs, depreciation, and frustration. The best models, the Mazda CX-50, Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and especially the Mazda CX-90, prove that you can still find vehicles built with integrity, designed with care, and engineered to last. The common thread among the best SUVs is clear: proven powertrains, quality materials, thoughtful design, and manufacturers that actually care about long-term customer satisfaction. These are vehicles you can buy with confidence and own without anxiety. And don't forget to check out those useful products I've tagged in the description. They're specifically chosen to enhance your SUV ownership experience. The choice is yours, but now you have the information you need to make a smart decision that you won't regret 5 years and 100,000 miles from now.